All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you today?
Good morning, Carlos. I am doing great. Hopefully, you are as well.
All right. Yes, doing good. Glad to hear that, my friend. All right, guys. Let's take a look at what we had yesterday. We had quite a bit of an interesting start yesterday. Let's start over with Tesla. That was on our watch list, and this one here, it looked like it has some potential. Started off really good with a nice gap up. But man, right at the open, started collapsing nicely here. Again, you had a nice big drop. It did try to get above the VWAP. When it came back to this 462, I really thought it was going to break out of this. Oh, excuse me, I don't have I'm looking at the wrong chart for you guys. Let's bring you on the 5 minute. Okay, this is what I was referring to right here. So again, looked like it was going to break out of this 462, but man, it had major resistance. And just look at the drop coming back down here. Didn't really have a chance. And right at the 451, which at that time was the low of the pre-market. I'm sorry, the low of the day, but also the low of the pre-market as well. So we had that mark in there also, and you can see completely loses that and then drops down some more, following the moving averages here. Now let me show you something. A lot of these stocks, XPEV was a little bit choppy. This was not clean at all. Again, just not great trading for them yesterday at the open. LI also not clean. Oops, excuse me, over here. Just go to the right side. Also not clean here on LI, but you did get this nice drop. DKNG was the only one that actually turned out to be a nice one. Look how great this breakout was over this 44.34, which was the high of the pre-market. Again, so that was pretty neat. Neo as well just kind of broke down here, didn't really get going for a while. But I want to show you what the SPY did. Basically, the SPY right at the open did start to drop hard here. So a lot of stocks, you're going to see that they had that first initial drop. If you look at a Tesla, a Neo, and all these other companies, they all had that very similar drop yesterday. Look at Tesla right on here, again, dropping as well. So this is why it's important to have that SPY chart up to see what the overall market is doing, because a lot of these stocks, if they don't have their own catalyst, right, that it could the SPY could kind of manipulate things a little bit how they play out. Now mRNA, I'm not sure what was going on here, but this one just completely fell apart right at the open. I don't believe this was the mark. I think this stock just really took a hit here. Look at the drop and
Yeah,
never really recovered.
surprising because it looked fairly strong in the pre-market on that.
Yes.
Well, I guess I was short covering that pushed it up, and then it just got nailed when it opened.
Yeah. I mean, and the pre-market on it was amazing. I mean, we had this beautiful double bottom here. Look at the run up, how clean that was. And then at the open,
Hmm.
it's just, I mean, this is a 5 minute candle, guys. This is a massive drop going from 97 at the open, closing at 94, $3 and change there. So again, that's a little bit different than what the SPY was
Wasn't it
doing.
yesterday that you and I spoke about being careful trading mRNA and how tough it can be, or was that the day before?
No, that was yesterday, and you
Okay.
asked me yesterday too. Why was this not on my watch list? And I explained why. But again, if you were
It
in
was
the
an
right,
awesome short.
it was an awesome short. If you were patient here, waited the 5 minutes, which I usually tend to do for the 5 minute open range breakdown, this could have been an amazing opportunity here after this pullback. So again, I did not take it, but again, it did trade very well towards the downside. But yeah, not easy to trade sometimes. It can be very aggressive as a $3 move. So you do have to be careful and manage your risk accordingly. So that is what we have for yesterday. Let's take a look at the SPY today, what's going on there, and then look at our gappers.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, I mean, we are, I mean, it's not really much of a gap, up just under 0.2% on the SPY, up essentially 1/10 on the Qs. We did have that news this morning. Pfizer, which you already talked about, the high efficacy rate of their COVID vaccine came out. And earlier they mentioned that, it was 94 to 95% effective, which is right in line with the Moderna. Not surprising there. So kind of news, but not really new because we already knew that it was very effective. We just didn't have the full data. Then Boeing looks like their 737 Max, the FAA is recertifying it, and that's going to be done. So they're popping up BA this morning, influencing specifically the Dow, which we don't really watch that closely, but that should be a good trade as well. As far as economic data today, we had housing starts and building permits at 8:30, and then we've got Fed speakers speaking throughout the day, starting at 12:15 on, just sprinkled here and there. So
All right, excellent, man. Let's take a look, guys, at our gappers list this morning. Let's remove what we have from yesterday. Make a couple of rows in here, and then we'll get started with what's gapping up today. We got a lot in here this morning so far. So KZIA, this one is a low flow stock sitting at 6.1. Oh, hold on a second. Let me link my trade ideas to DAS. This makes things very, very easy when we click on here. All right, so KZIA, again, low flow sitting at 6 million at the moment. They are up a nice 18%. Had a nice couple of days here. They consolidate in a beautiful breakout. At the moment, pre-market, not enough volume, guys, only 219. And look at this, these breakouts are actually not great. You're not getting a whole lot of volume on a stock that's sitting at 6 million shares. So that's concerning. That means you're not getting that liquidity and that volume that you need to really make this tradable. So not really in play. We'll skip on that one for now. If crazy volume starts coming in, because now it's gapping up 18%, it might be on people's radar. If it wasn't in before, right before, you didn't have really big gaps. It's just kind of made its way up here and had a nice gain for the day, but not really a big gap like you're seeing here. So if it starts getting some volume, you can come back to it. AHT right now, this one not looking good neither, only 137. This is why you have such a bad pre-market activity. It doesn't look great because the volume is not there. So we'll skip on this one. Also low flow sitting at 12 million. This is a KNDI, not looking great neither. And normally this stock does not trade well, so we don't keep it on deck here. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. Didn't have a great pre-market action. Looks like around 10:30 or so. This starts to trend very nice here. So again, just a little bit of patience. As they had no volume, right? You can see down here, volume is important. The minute you start getting this volume in, you do get a nice little run actually here. So just be patient if you are going to watch this one. At the moment, we do have 585. That's decent. That's okay. It's not great, but we'll put it on here. KNDI normally doesn't trade well. Yesterday, when the volume came in, though, it did look pretty good yesterday. So let's see if there's some kind of continuation towards yesterday's highs here for KNDI. AZUL, this one's starting to get going here right now, hitting our scanners. We are up on this 8.2. Not a great pre-market activity. That could change very fast as this thing continues to get volume in here. Let's see if that's going to do anything for today. The float on this one is 110, so not too crazy. I'm going to put it here so we remember to come back to this and see if it looks any better. SPR right now up 6.6, 444. Their daily is not great. The last couple of days getting better. Wide body candles here, which is nice. But for the most part, they don't trade all that clean. I'm not sure what kind of stock company this is. But right now, maybe a very, very weak possible. I see that dropping off our list, but we'll throw it on here for now. BNTX, I hate the way this thing trades. It's not clean at all. The spread is horrible, and the volume is usually not there. So I'm gonna skip on it. You can kind of see that in the daily, guys. Look at the daily, how chopped up it is and how it is all over the place. And also, if you go down here, you only got a couple of days barely hitting, 10 million shares, right? One, two, and three are probably above 8 million. Aside from that, everything else is in the fours and even lower. You're looking at 1 million, 2 million here. So that is not good for us. BA is in play, guys. That's great news about their 737, especially the way things are now. I was reading an article where they were talking about how these bigger jumbo jets are taking a big hit even when the economy starts opening up again even more because you're not going to get that huge spurt of travel. So these smaller jets is a good news for BA. Definitely on our list here. So we'll add that on there. They are up 6.4 with the volume of 2.9. So again, that's looking really good for them this morning. Head down over to LU. LU right now, this one, no, it is crappy. Recent IPO. I don't like anything about this. I don't like the daily. I don't like the pre-market action. There's not much to like on this one. Let's head over to Ride, and Ride is 260 right now, up 5.3. What is this? Recent IPO as well. I don't think we ever seen this one before. We haven't. Recent IPO, not looking all that exciting pre-market wise. Their daily seems to be strong for the last couple of days.
This is
Yeah.
Lordstown Motors, so it's a SPAC. It was trading under a different ticker a while
Ah,
back,
okay.
but
Okay.
I know Brian's traded this a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. It looked like it has some good breakouts here, probably three trading days ago. What's this, Monday or so? Looks like it has some probably possible good breakouts. And this is a typical stock that Brian would look. He's very good at trading these type of stocks. So I'm not going to keep it on here, guys, but it does have some potential if you want to watch this one. this morning. JMIA, again, this is one of these hit or miss stock. It has a very choppy daily. Had a good day yesterday. Let's actually see how it traded. I know some members like watching this one. So a slow start. Again, market dropping could affect this a little bit. But once the volume comes in, this is key here. You gotta wait for the volume. Volume comes in. Look how it changes from just crappy side trading to a really nice breakout here. So got to keep an eye on down here, guys, to make sure the volume is coming in before you take your trade, that you're going to get a move that is going to be worth trading here. So again, this looks really good. Yesterday did trade very well, all the way, not for long, about what, 3 hours or so, maybe 2 hours, which actually not that bad for the market day. But today, this morning, we are up 4.5. Their daily possible targets up here towards the highs. Yeah, we can add it. Let's add it for now. I had a great day yesterday. Let's see if that's going to continue into today. WWR, this one here is not good. We've seen this before when it was doing this madness over here. Again, not really tradable. Lower price stock, 12 million shares float, but not looking good at all. TJX, this is TJ Maxx. No, doesn't look good. Maybe earnings on TJ Maxx last night. No, no, nothing here. I'm not sure if anything's causing this pop up. Usually, the
They,
stock doesn't
they had
trade
earnings.
well.
They had earnings this morning, but like you just said, this stock does not usually trade extremely
Yeah,
well.
it's
So
it's really really bad. Some of these retail companies, it's just are horrible. So you're seeing that here with the daily. It had a nice gap up a couple of days ago. I don't expect this to trade well at all. PFE, we know this one has been very active right now, 3.2 million. But has it been tradable? Let's go back. Have we seen something we can actually take advantage of here on PFE? So we're getting volume. We're getting tons of volume ever since the ninth. Value has really picked up here. Prior to that, was a little bit lower. Um, you know, maybe a good scalping type stock, right? Get in here pretty quickly and get out as fast as possible. But for the most part, it's pretty much sideways for yesterday. Today, their pre-market action is not really calling my attention on here at all. So
BNTX is
yeah,
the
let's go back to
partner
that.
on
Hold
the
on.
vaccine with
Mhm.
Pfizer.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
and you're right, BNTX. It in the past it was harder to trade. It's not quite as bad as it used to be. It's still not
Mhm.
great. Right now, it's got a 30-cent spread.
Right, right.
It's pre-market. It'll probably close up a little bit. But that having been said, if I were going to trade one of the two of these, if I was forced to, I would probably pick this one over Pfizer. I just never. I don't know that I've ever seen a good move really come out of Pfizer.
Yeah, it is. It is a very difficult stock to trade for when you try to do intraday moves. But yeah, BNTX, I'm with you there. It looks a lot better than Pfizer does. So if you want to keep an eye on that, we'll keep an eye on BNTX for now. We'll come back and see how that's looking a little bit later. All right, I think that kind of covers our list over here. We have Target at the bottom here, up 2.2. They are okay pre-market action. Another one that doesn't trade all that clean, sitting on the NYSE stock exchange. They have 446 today. Their daily looks actually a little bit better than their pre-market, with a possible breakout here if we can get going. So I'm going to put it here as a possible for now.
They had they had
They have,
strong earnings this morning.
yeah,
So
gotcha. And that's what these stocks do. These retail companies, they really don't move much unless they have earnings, some really good news, bad news. That's the only time you get some kind of activity, right? So we're seeing some of that on Target today. All right, let's see at our gapping down list this morning. We have Lowe's in here, so they are taking a bit of a hit, down 6.8 this morning. Is this earnings as well, Norm, or any
on
type
which
of
one?
news on
Lowe's,
Lowe's?
yeah,
Yeah.
Lowe's had earnings and they're getting smoked because of it.
Yeah, so nice big drop here. Another stock that's not as easy to trade today could be the difference makers. They're down nicely with this is great volume for them, guys. It's 520 a lot. They usually don't have a great pre-market action. And their spread is actually not that bad in the pre-market right now. Pretty tight, so that's good. Let's take a look over at a GDRX. So the GDRX down 6.4, 735. Horrible daily. I mean, I love the gap down here, guys. Continuation of a gap down yesterday. I had great volume. Let's take a quick peek on how this actually moved yesterday. So again, not a great pre-market action, probably why we didn't catch this one. But yeah, it didn't look all that great. I'm not sure what how that the price action was. So again, a lot of dead spots in here. Volume is not all that crazy. So I'm gonna skip on it now, guys. I mean, I love the gap down here. Looks like they have some pretty bad news. Recent IPO as well. But again, just not interested in that one. All right, let's take a look at the cruise lines. NCLH, this one, it is down 6.2 this morning. Their daily, let's take a look here, remove some of these levels. Their daily, again, just looking really sporadic right here. It's really all over the place, gapping up, selling down, gapping up again, selling down a little bit this morning. Worth taking a look at. Let's look at CCL. Let's see if anything's going to come out of this. Their volume is amazing at 4.5 million, so worth watching there. I'm going to, I'm sorry, NCLH, excuse me. I meant to put that one on there. NCLH, what's their volume? Also really good, 3.5. But now that we have CCL, let's look at CCL. Their pre-market actually a lot better, guys. And we're kind of slamming into these levels of support. Very similar to NCLH, right? You had the gap up, the sell down, the gap up again. And we're kind of just kind of holding towards the bottom of this support. So both of these look actually really good this morning. I'm going to throw both of them on here. We might remove one into our possible, but both got great volume this morning. I don't see the airlines on here. Are the airlines being affected in any way? American Airlines right now, 3 million. So it has volume, but it's pretty much flat right now. Let's take a look at United quickly and see what's happening there. Nah, not much happening. American Airlines might be worth having as a possible. That's a lot of volume for them this morning. It could be interesting. Let's see if anything is going to shake out of this today. Let's look at CBAT. This is a low flow stock sitting at 19 million shares today. They don't really have volume, so we'll skip on it. INO is on here, and they are 255 as far as shares traded so far, and they are down 5%. Pre-market, though, is not looking clean, and I don't think this stock has traded clean after it took a drop. We stopped really looking at it. I haven't seen any good moves. Let's see yesterday. Yesterday seemed like it was okay, but again, we haven't seen anything great out of it. I'm not sure if you guys have, but I will put this here as a possible for now. A lot of possibles today, but we're not seeing anything that looks amazing, but that's okay. We can have a small list and still find some really amazing opportunities. Resi looks horrible. This is a really bad pre-market activity, and the reason for that, just look at the way this thing is trading. I mean, you got 252,000 shares traded. And just look what you're getting, you know. So this is just really, really bad. Their daily looks better than their pre-market, but also not great. So again, nothing to look at there. CUK is a different share class of CCL. You know, CCL is the one with the most volume this morning. Very similar daily chart. You're going to get that from them, but the volume is not there. VXRT, this one, not much going on. I'm not sure what is even on here. It's just barely getting above that 100,000. But yeah, this is horrible pre-market. Not a great daily. Let's look at PDD. What did this one do yesterday? So we had it on our list yesterday, gap down. Let me see here. I took it off my list though. It didn't look like it was great right at the open. So yeah, it didn't look great. It got a little bit better later on, maybe bouncing off these moving averages here. But again, I didn't really look at the price action, so not sure how that was. But this morning, you got some volume, almost 800,000. The daily looks interesting as far as losing this level here, right? I would love to see that 127.15 heading down to this gap down here, maybe 116. I'm going to keep it as a possible. We got some good potentials today. So that could be a potential one to have on our main list. But right now, again, it's just not looking great. Didn't trail that great yesterday neither. Norm, I know you've been very busy. Do you have anything on your list that you like this morning?
Nothing right now, so
Gotcha,
I'll
man.
be getting something together.
Yep, yep, no worries. Let's take a look at our chat room. Let's start there. So let's go over to, let's start with Gem, PLTR. All right, let's take a look at PLTR here. All right, PLTR this morning. Now, this was someone called this out in the chat room yesterday. I did not have it on our list, but someone called this out in our chat, and man, this took off. This was real nice here. Again, pre-market was pretty much flat, didn't do much. Volume came in right at the market open, and it actually trended very well. So by the time I looked at it, a lot of the move was done already. And I really just stopped looking at it. I didn't want to get no FOMO. So I'm not sure how the price action was after that. Hopefully it was clean. You were able to take advantage. But this morning, possible continuation to get going here. The pre-market looks okay. I wish it looked better. Their volume is great though. But you know what? For a NYSE stock, because this is sitting on the NYSE Stock Exchange, that is not too bad of a pre-market action. So let's put it on. The PRTR is good for now. Let's head on up and look at BYND. What's happening there? So BYND. I like the consolidation on the daily. That looks really good. That's nice there. You're consolidating over a couple of days. Maybe get going here. We had a huge drop a week and a half ago on there. but their pre-market is just flat right now, pretty dead, no volume at the moment. A good one to look out for scanners. Again, this thing had a huge run up, and just look at the drop here. It's just crazy. So we're sitting at an area where we had support in the past between July and September. So is that going to repeat itself again? Is the question here. So keep an eye on that one. I don't think today's the day, at least not the way this pre-market action is looking like. Here's Neo. Neo has been pretty great. Yesterday, though, again, yesterday was just I don't know, it was wild. It was very choppy yesterday. I think Neo wanted to really break out. I think the probably the way things ended up happening, maybe the market slowed it down a little bit. I don't know, but the look at this. It's just real choppy here, guys. No continuation until later around 12:30. Then we started getting the move we were kind of looking for. We wanted to break out of this 47.52. We did get a nice scalp over here. But again, no continuation on Neo until later in the afternoon. So today already, beautiful pre-market action, 8 million shares on this stock right now. And we are trending nicely here as more volume is coming in. So Neo is definitely on deck here. So just keep an eye on that one. Let's take a look at Tesla today. What do we have here? Tesla, it is up 1.4 after selling off after a huge gap up yesterday. This stock is still strong, guys. Don't get confused. I mean, I know there's a big red bar here, but I mean, just look at the gap up that it had. So we'll see if this thing is going to hold. Right now, the pre-market action looks very similar to what we have seen in the past out of Tesla. Yesterday's pre-market action was the one that was really nice. We had a really active pre-market action yesterday. This morning is okay. Maybe a possible for today. Neo looks a whole lot better this morning. All right, VTRS. What is that? VTRS. I don't know what this is, but it's not good. Yeah, this is horrible. We'll skip on that. All right, what else we have, guys? Let's scroll on down here. What do we have here? GP. No, DKNG. Oh, wait, I missed another one. Wait, CVS. CVS. Yeah, we had the pharmacies, pharmacy companies active when they had the news came out for Amazon, getting into their business, which is obviously the big hit for them. So they had a nice gap down yesterday. But today I am not seeing nothing great out of them. And again, if we didn't see a great trading day yesterday, we're probably not going to see one today. Um, DKNG, let's take a look at that. That one was nice yesterday. That one traded very well. I do like this one today for a continuation play. So I think that DKNG is a good one today this morning. What do we have here? All right, let's go on down. Head down, head down. All right, Apple. Apple, there we go. Apple is no, it's pretty flat. You're getting a consolidation here on Apple, but I am not sure on it today, man. This is not looking too good right now. If it could break out up or down out of this, especially towards the upside, because you have more room to run, you don't have all this congestion, all this support, and moving averages down here. It'll be nice, but right now it's pretty much flat. It's not really doing anything besides just moving
That and,
sideways.
a lot of times we look like when Roku was being
Hmm.
traded a lot earlier in the summer and such, and we would find these daily patterns that we would. I mean, the 5 minute or the pre-market chart looked terrible, but you and I would point out that it looked good on the daily. You just have to see
Yeah.
what happens.
Hmm.
What's ugly to me about this one right here, this Apple, and makes me think it won't be the day for it. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong. You never know. It's a game of probabilities.
Yes.
But it's been this consolidation range for the last week or so. It's right smack dab in the middle of it. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell direction up or down on that. A lot of times, it'll be like it's banging its head on a ceiling and it's getting
Right.
closer and closer. That doesn't
Hmm.
look like it at all
Yeah, it's
to
just this
me.
can go either way here. So you're absolutely right. This is why it might not be the day for that for a breakout today. So we'll have to see. I agree with you 100%. PLTR we looked at, guys. We have that on deck. Let's look at Mara. Mara this morning. What do we have here? So Mara had a big breakout day yesterday. We definitely looked at this before in the past. I don't like the way this one trades. It's had a couple of great days. Maybe yesterday was one of them. And even yesterday, man, you're not seeing. I mean, what this thing traded, 59 million shares. And even then, yes, it did trade higher, but look how this traded. This is not clean here, guys. You have a lot of candles that are not doing anything. It's just a lot of chop up and down. This is not clean at all. And you traded 60 million. So it's a lower price stock. What is the float on this one? Let's check that as well. I don't think it's a low flow stock. It's 25, but it just doesn't trade well. So I'm gonna stay away from this one. If it was any other stock and it had a good trading activity here and it had a way better daily, everything here looks amazing for a continuation if it can hold support here, right? But not on this stock, not on this one. Neo, we have DKNG looks great today. I agree. SQ, let's take a look there. SQ had a nice day yesterday. Today, they're not looking too good in the pre-market at the moment. That could change. SQ is a nicey stock, so anything's possible. They could have a horrible pre-market action like they did yesterday. And look at the beautiful breakout they had here. Now you have to be patient with SQ because you do get these crazy pullbacks, and then out of nowhere, you're going to have a breakout. So you got to really know how to trade this one. The patience is definitely required for this one. All right, what else we have? Neo, we looked at. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think we covered a lot of the stuff you guys are throwing out here. Let me check the YouTube chat. What do you guys like this morning? Let's start with DNK. Maybe you mean DKNG, DNK. Let's see. No, you probably do mean this one because we do have volume, 4.5 million. Doesn't look great on the daily though. The day looks pretty bad. This is more of it's not a penny stock, but it's more sitting on this, lower price range that I don't really like. These stocks don't trade very well. You had a bang up day yesterday. Today, might get some continuation here, but again, not typically the stock I like to trade. So I'm going to stay away from this one. Baba, we haven't looked at Baba yet. Baba took a bit of a hit. They have a lot of negative stuff going on over in China that's not helping them out lately. So right now they're kind of moving sideways, very choppy right now. I don't see anything great on it besides the daily, right? You're getting down to a good area of support that we had in the past. Right over here, we're kind of resistance and support. So now you're getting down to that area. Are we going to hold here? This might consolidate and go sideways for a bit before they decide what to do next. But right now, a pre-market and it's not looking great. Their daily is, but I don't see anything going on in the pre-market. Let's head on down. Let's look at CRSR. This one we looked at before. This is not great trading stock at all, guys. This is garbage. BA, we looked at BA is great today, guys. So yes, that is on deck. QCOM, QCOM, probably one of the best ones this morning. Really, it looks great.
Yeah,
QCOM today.
I think BA is my list today.
Yeah, BA looks amazing. I mean, if you look at BA now, they got a very strong catalyst, right? That's a big deal for them, and they're just ripping right now. 3.2 million shares traded. So that's a good one. Definitely on top of the list this morning. So BA, we're looking at QCOM. QCOM I find very difficult to trade. Their daily, I see what you're looking at here. Their daily possible breakout. Now, remember what Norm was talking about earlier? This is a little bit different. You have the consolidation, but you're up against the area of resistance, right? So this looks good, but this doesn't look good. You need volume to break out of here. Now, at the open, can that happen? Yes, we do have a pre-market high that has broken out of the top of this resistance. But man, I wish this was a different stock because this one could trade very choppy. It's not as clean as other stocks are that we like to watch. So, but I see the daily what you're looking at there, looking real nice, and that is all-time highs. Thank you for mentioning that. So that could be interesting when stocks start hitting that all-time high or that all-time low. You don't know which way they're going to go, but what you are going to get the majority of the time is volume and volatility, right? People changing positions or doing whatever they want to do or looking out for the breakout. So you're going in there looking for your trade, right? For your edge. Make sure you don't just take it just because it's going above all-time high. Make sure you're actually doing a strategy. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for volume, and then you're going to play out your strategy. Workhorse doesn't have a great pre-market action. Their daily seems to just kind of be grinding higher here slowly. We're at a nice point of resistance and support. You have both here. You had resistance in the past. You had great support here. Look at the change in direction back in September. I mean, this is huge right there. Nice bounce off of that after a big couple of red days. Again, you have support slightly above that. So it can go either way here, but again, just this pre-market action, man, this is brutal. That could change at the open, but I will not be watching that one for now. Look out for the scanners. A few more guys. FOSL not doing anything great. Horrible pre-market action. Riot, wow, I haven't traded Riot since the Bitcoin days when it was going nuts. But again, got some activity here, but this is not anything to play with. So it's a pretty crappy stock to trade. All right, that is what we have, guys. Let's go over to community announcements, and we'll come back and fine tune this list.
Guys, Thor's success webinar last night was fantastic. So thank you, Thor. The amount of compliments and everything else, it's outstanding. I mean, just great job. which should be posted here soon once we get everything back up and cleaned up and running smoothly again, available in case anybody missed it. So the next week we're going to have Eamon's success webinar. That's Tuesday night. That'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern special time because of the time zone that Eamon is in. Nada's mindfulness webinar is tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, cultivating equanimity, having space for everything that arises. If we're still having issues later, that'll be in here, and you can use the same link to get into the chat room. Next week will be Kreda. That's Wednesday, 5 p.m. because she's in Europe, so because of her time zone, she'll be talking about the art of setting goals, the secret to setting goals that will actually increase your motivation, confidence, and performance. If you'd like to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade, mark it up with entries, exits, ideas, thoughts, strategies, anything you can do to portray what you were thinking when you took that trade. Post it on Twitter, tag at Variable Traders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use the hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. That winner will be announced in the closing bell show and on Twitter. Don't forget, Andrew's book is available in Espanol. You can find that on Amazon and audiobook on Audible. And right now, guys, we have the functionality of being able to sign up for the intro membership 7 days in the chat room without renewing or anything. That is disabled as we are fixing the site. But when it's back up, you can use promo code premarket24 to get a discount off that.
All right, thank you, Norm. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's get to this list. Let's fine tune things here. Let's start with get this out of the way. Let's start with BA. So BA looking really good this morning. Again, this thing is on fire, up 7% with some really good volume right now, showing 3.4 million. So high of your pre-market at the moment, 255.40. Let's throw a level there and scroll back a little bit. What do we have here? Okay, so back in June, we had a nice little pop here all the way up to 234.29. So we'll throw a level there. And let's just zoom back. What else do we have here? Because I think this one could be strong, really, really strong today. So I want to have some levels towards the top here just to be ready. We had another one here going back into March timeframe, looking at 251.77. So at least we have those two way up there. Just in case this thing really gets ripping, and right now it's looking really good for that. Low of the pre-market over at 216 to be 216 on the dot, really right on there, so mark that down. And then below that, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days, doing a good job for you there. They got you taken care of. So at JMIA, over here, high of the pre-market sitting at 1840, throw a level there. Above that, nice area of resistance around 1936, slightly above that. You have another, I'm going to mark this one down, but look out for this one too here, over at 1964. You know, that is where these two wicks have hit, but again, you have 2 days here opening and closing right on that 1936. I want to have that on there. Again, we'll see how the price action plays out if it does want to head up there. Now, towards the bottom here, guys, we do have, again, highs and lows, previous day close. That's listed there for you. So you're pretty much taking care of theirs. Now, this thing is still not looking great. So I might move this down. We'll see. We'll come back to it. Now, low of the pre-market. Yeah, right here. Low of the pre-market. I'm going to mark this one down. 1780. We got a couple of bounces there, including a couple of minutes ago. But again, still not looking great. Might get rid of that one. CCL is good. Levels for this one, we have low of the pre-market 1710. Highs and lows are, again, creating a good area of support right in here on the daily. You can see we're bouncing off that 1710 right now. Right on the money, really. I mean, just look how we're bouncing right off of that. So here towards the bottom, we got a lot of resistance happening there. I mean, support happening there. So that's good. And then towards the top, high of the pre-market, right around 1788. You do have a lot of consolidation right below that, right around 1783 also. So just keep that in mind. But again, pre-market looks good on this one. This one is down 4.2 with 5.7 million shares traded. So let's see what happens here. If we were to lose this, the low of the last two trading days, 1610 seems to be a good area. You do have a moving average right at 1652. I'm going to mark that down. I'm not going to put too much weight on it. But again, you have that on. It's a good midway point towards that 1610 level if we are going to flush on our CCL today. Here's NCLH, also another good one you can watch. Very active this morning with 4 million shares. Low of the pre-market right now, hitting 2041. That's also being kind of supported here by the after hours yesterday, bouncing off right of that 2041 as well. If we were to lose this, we do have a good level with a lot of touches down at 1940. You got 2 days bouncing off of that. And then in between here, I like this 20 level. 1999 level here because you do have moving averages. This day's closing around that area. You got again, you're not getting quite to the penny here, but right below that 1988, you do have resistance. You do have support at 2012. So again, you got a lot of stuff happening there. Not gonna put too much weight on it, but I'm gonna have that there's a good midpoint if this thing decides to flush as well. PLTR has a great daily, guys. Just continues to consolidate and rip higher this morning. Their pre-market high looks very interesting. Actually, their pre-market high is all the way up here, 1845. But I do like this level down here at 1835. And the reason is because look how many times we have touched that today already in the pre-market. Now, we're not getting to this 1845. We've been getting to this 1835 and just kind of slamming down from there as we did just a couple of minutes ago. So I want to keep an eye on that one. I will have the pre-market high posted there as well. But this 1835, definitely interesting. Also, towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market is below your previous day close, hanging out at 1760, 1764. But look what happens here. You have this one candle here that's not really doing a whole lot, right? So you have that on there. That's great. But this is where you want to keep your weight on right there. This previous day close line, you can see when the volume comes in, this is where you're getting your bounces. Before that, in the after hours, you do have a couple of touches here as well. So this is where you really want to have your focus on when it comes to PLTR. So keep the pre-market low there, but that previous day close is going to be important. Below that 1764, if we were to collapse here, 1707 is the next area that can become support. That was prior resistance, right? You can also go in there depending on your trading style. If you like to scalp and get in and out, faster on some moves, you can go into this day here, like we have done in the past, and see on the 5 minute what levels of support and resistance you have, what consolidation you have within here that you can actually mark down to get some tighter levels depending on your trading style. Here's Neo. So Neo's going red for the day, for the pre-market at least. Was nice and green, up quite a bit here. High of the pre-market 48.51, but we're kind of slamming down here. Could not really break out of this. Had a tough time earlier today, and now we're slamming down here towards the low of yesterday. So I'm not going to mark the pre-market low right now, which is right at 45.40. We're really hitting the gas here towards the downside. So I'm not going to mark that down. This level at 45 here is important. We do have some action here after hours as well. And it was also the low from yesterday. So if you go back to yesterday, early on, right, when things sold off, right here, you hit that low of the day yesterday, got a bounce from that, and we're heading right to that now. If we were to lose this low of day yesterday, we do have in here, this is your top level of resistance. Nice, great level of support. This level here is very strong, guys. You can see that right on there. In between here, maybe 43.22, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm picking that one. This one, you have this day closing right on there, 43.22, and you have some more resistance on here at 43.22. Aside from that, the other days are really bouncing out of that range to the bigger support and resistance line. So that's what you want to focus on. But again, Neo trading really nice right now, 9 million, dropping nicely down 2.5 when it was probably up about 3.5. So pretty good stuff there. Here's DKNG. This one, guys, had a beautiful day yesterday. Did trade very well. I wish I would have paid more attention to this one. But just look at the breakout it had here above the pre-market highs. We talk about the pre-market high being such an important level. This 44.32 here was your pre-market high. Look at the beautiful breakout there. The retest of that level and then the shot up again, breaking another daily high here as well, your high of the day, and then continue. So again, trading very well yesterday. Are we going to get that today? Let's put a level here at a 48.05, high of your pre-market. Let's go to the back here. We do have, that's a great area of support, as you can see right here and here. Let's maybe mark down up here 52.27. Yeah, 52.27 is a good one. And then below that, you do have another level of support right around 49.67. So that's pretty good for Neo. Now, towards the bottom, you have plenty of support, guys. Highs and lows from the last 2 trading days are on here. So you don't really have to worry in that case towards the bottom of the price action here. So all right, that is what we have on our main list. I'm going to fine tune this a little bit more. Let's look at our secondary list. Let's get some stuff out of here. Tesla is good. INO Yeah, this is crappy. This is crappy trading for an INO. So we'll get rid of that one. Apple, I like the volume on Apple, guys, but it's not really doing anything. I'm sorry, not Apple, American Airlines, not doing much right now. So we'll keep an eye on the SPR. This is just not, no, that's not good. Let's get rid of this too. Get rid of that. AZUL also not looking good. Still not getting any better. Has a good daily, but it's just not, it doesn't trade well. Let's get rid of this. KNDI, what do we have here? KNDI, no. I'm looking at these stocks and comparing to the ones we have on the top, and this is pretty bad. BNTX I'm going to keep. Obviously, they got some news behind, so this can take off any minute or drop. This could be exciting. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Target for the most part. Again, usually I don't watch these retail companies, but today, I mean, they're sitting here. This all-time high for them. I think someone did mention that. It looks like it is, yes. So might be worth keeping an eye on these guys. It might be worth keeping just an eye on them. They might be difficult to trade. The spread is 40 cents. It's a little better. 10 cents now, 7 cents. No, we'll keep it on here. I'm gonna do some levels for it. High of the resistance here, 167.26. High of the pre-market, you do have 168.29, which I believe is your all-time high there. So I'm gonna keep it there, but I was thinking about moving it up, but that looks horrible. That spread was too bad there. Here's lows. Again, they're down nicely, 6.4, so we'll keep that on there. And then PDD is just, no, let's get rid of it. It's got volume, but man, this trading is just brutal. Let's get rid of that one. All right, so this is what we have, guys. BA looks amazing. That's definitely on top of the list. JMIA, this one actually could be a good possible, so I'm going to move one down. JMIA is a good possible. It could be a hit or miss. Just kind of fine tune our main list a little bit more. CCL is good. I also have NCLH here as well. They both have great volume, very okay pre-market action. We've seen better. POTR is a good one towards the top here. NEO is great, and DKNG had a great day yesterday, possible continuation. But my favorite one here has got to be BA. The rest are so-so. Hopefully, things can get a little bit better there. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching this morning. Let me bring up their list here. All right, I'm going to bring this over so we kind of get a little bit of a visual if I could do that. Hold on. It's nice to be able to see things. All right. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Yep, that's good. So we have John. He has top of the watch list, BA, Tesla. Peter is watching. No IPOs today to watch. Jared has BA, Tesla, PFE, and mRNA. Peter's watching NEO, BA, CCL, secondary list AMD, PLTR, DKNG, and SQ. Jared is adding LOD to lows to his list as well. That was looking very nice as well. Mike has a BA target. Tiffany likes NEO, BA, and Tesla. And Thor's watching BA, NEO, DKNG. Eamon has ACB, MU, pins, secondary list BA, WBA, but I think it's Walgreens, right? So that stuff could be interesting for the next couple of days. VXRT and AMD, and Brian has NEO, LI, BA, DKNG, GDRX, and CBAT. CBAT is a low flow stock, so be very careful with that one, guys. So, all right, so that is what we have. Norm, anything you like on your end besides BA?
No.
Mm-hmm. BA is the good. I'm with you. BA is really nice today.
That's my favorite.
It's definitely my favorite. Like for example, if we look at CCL, it's got volume, but it's kind of moving sideways. NCLH, same thing here. So again, we'll see. We'll see how things play out. We had days like this where things don't look great, and it turns out being an amazing day, and vice versa. When things look great, it turns out being really crappy, right? So only the market open will tell what we're gonna get here. So, all right. With that said, guys, I think we are all set up for today. Norm, are we running the room, or are we or is the link up and running? I think the link is up and
Keep it.
running, correct?
The link is in there. The link is on YouTube if anybody's having issues. If you go in there and you get an error message, clear your cache and your cookies and try it again, and that should work. So yeah, keep it up for a few minutes and then we can kill it.
All right, absolutely, guys. So again, keep trying that, and just as Norm mentioned, do that those steps. You should be able to get in. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the pre-market show. I'm going to switch screens now, and Brian and Andrew will be next. Just give me a second. You're gonna get a dark screen for the most part, and then we'll be back with the the screen of the chat room.
Good morning, Norm. And good morning, Carlos. Is it just me, or is there an echo? Yeah, here's an echo. Echo. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that, except, there we go. Yeah, too bad it's gone. Yeah, it's kind of freaking me out here. All right, I've already taken one trade today here on Lee, just shorted it. Got it on that drop below previous day close, and now I'm flat again. Other than that, BA, big news with the Max recertification, obviously up quite a bit. I think it was had something to do with maybe Carlos being on. Not sure why that was. Okay, so what's going on here? We've got I'm looking at Ride too. Ride is I think Ride. This is Lordstown Motors, another EV company. I believe they were on Kramer last night. Guy was on Kramer talking about their business. So they're gapping up today on that. Donkey Kong had a nice day yesterday, a bit of a breakout there on a daily. NIO obviously reported earnings last night. Trading a little bit off on the news. Yeah, I know. Well, it did pop in the after hours on the Kramer interview. I was driving, so I was kind of listening to a little bit of it. Yeah, they've got some deal with they get some deal with GM. They took over a GM plant. GM's helping them out. Lots of some in-kind assistance. Anyway, okay, let's focus on stocks here. So the EV stocks still in play here today. PLTR is pretty extended. We had a big day yesterday on it. We're still early. We still got 10 minutes. Right now, it's not looking overly active. Yes, but I'm just not seeing a whole lot of stuff I like here. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Brian. BA is interesting, that's for sure. I'm going to put BA on my chart. And the next important level that we have is at 227 and 233. Guys, these levels are magic. Yesterday, we found this level on NIO on November 12th at 48.31. And see exactly where the huge bounce happened. And some of you were in the chat room. Did you see that? So this is the level that we found. So around somewhere at 48.30. I actually even mentioned it in the chat. And then look at how the huge bounce happened right around that level. See?
Yeah, that's
That
what.
was
Yeah, Jared was talking about that in his session as well.
Yeah, people were trying to short it earlier, and I told them that I'm waiting for 49. It's actually turned out to be 41.31. When I marked it was 31. It's just roughly around. And then after that, look at this huge short. Just knew that was awesome. So for BA, I think 226 is the next level, and then 233. So we're gonna watch that. Neo, I'm gonna still hold it, see how it does. Might be choppy. Tesla is doing nothing. AHT is doing nothing. Ride is also interesting. I'm gonna hold Ride.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Ride. Yeah.
Never traded Ride. I don't know how it's traded, but Alan is definitely.
I've traded it a few times. It's not bad.
What's the volume on it? JMIA is coming back up. That's good. The next level is here, and the next level is going to be somewhere around here. So let's see what JMIA is doing. Electric Mania is over. American Airline is at 12.85. Lee's pretty active. It's good.
Yeah, Lee's active too. Lee's right at the previous day close right now. Had a bit of a short on it this morning. Yeah, somebody else mentioned the Workhorse was affiliated with Ride. I don't know if that's true or not. I read something about Camping World was looking at doing something with Ride, pulling their trailers or something. I don't know. Camping trailers. Bitcoin's over 18,000, eh?
Is it? Yeah, I knew it's. I knew it's going to go up. I knew that.
It's crazy.
And CLH. I knew that. When did I tell you? When did I tell you that Bitcoin is going to go back up? And CLH is active. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put PLTR.
Yeah, I was going to say PLTR is starting to look interesting again. 1877 sort of high of yesterday.
Nice. Wow. Anyone got the book? If you can share it with me, that would be really nice. The cover turned out to be really nice. Thanks, Namri. And of course, after you read it, we appreciate it. And review.
A review. Okay.
Yeah, audio takes a little while. I know this kind of book, they're really texty. Usually, audio is better, but it's gonna take a while until the audio will come. I don't know what the.
Okay. Okay, so we got 5 minutes. Lee looking weak again. Yeah, not a lot of movement. Okay, Lee's dropping a little bit. I think Lee looks weak at the open. PLTR looking, still looking. It's kind of looking like it did yesterday. It's looking like it might take off. SPY's coming back up a bit. I'll be back here in a second, guys.
Yeah, so I'm already long some SPY and some Qs just for fun. Let's see. Yeah, PLTR potential breakout of 18. The all-time high and PLTR is at 19. See if it gets the volume and it stays above the VWAP, we go long. Neo Boeing is gonna be over there. Lee is doing nothing. XPEV is doing nothing. PLTR is up there. NCLH. This one has better volume in the pre-market. This one is 5 million shares volume. NCLH is 5 million shares volume. So the other one, CCL. Million.
Okay.
See which one the volume gets better.
Ride's being a little bit crazy right now. I don't know. It was pulling back. It popped above the VWAP. Now it's pulling back again.
Riot?
Ride.
Right, yeah. Riot is up because of crypto, huh?
Ride is up because it's an EV stock. It's a
Riot is
Lordstown
an
motor.
EV stock.
Oh, Ride, RIDE. Oh, is
RIDE.
Riot? Were you talking about Riot?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Riot because Riot is also active.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. Riot.
XNet and Riot and all those guys are coming again.
Oh my, no. All right. Excellent. Another resurgence of the Bitcoin and blockchain mania.
Yeah. XNet. I can't wait for XNet. Used to.
That means Overstock should be up too.
Right, the ride is good. If you can get what's the next level on ride is I think it's an all-time high, huh?
Well, apart from if you want to go back in time, pre-market high is around 6, close to 7. It's picking up steam here. PLTR still looks angry. It's going to go again.
PLTR.
Got 30 seconds to the open.
Yeah, I really like PLTR for opening range breakup, the break of all-time high. I really like PLTR.
Yeah, PLTR looks good. Yeah. It's got that angry look again.
What is that angry look?
Like it wants to go higher.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here we go, guys. Market's open.
Right. SPY is weak.
Ride's popping a bit.
NEO, the volume in NEO came in for potential short. Looking NEO for short. See where the VWAP is, yeah. NEO is really weak. So let's see if we can get an opening range breakdown on it. NCLH is doing. Boeing also opened really short. Oof.
Yeah, Boeing's selling off here. No trade for me yet.
I'm looking at NEO for opening range breakdown. Let's see what it does. Finishes this first minute. Taking a short on it and see. Taking a short on it at 45.17. Although it's really extended from the VWAP, but Looks weak. Taking a short on it and see if you can break the 45.
SPY selling off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm short on NEO. Let's see if you can actually break the 45. Adding a little bit more on it and see if you can get 1 big pop. Guys, I'm short. I am short like a boss. Covering. SPY. There you go. Done. SPY is gonna do some stuff. Here you go, guys. This is my position. 17,000 shares.
Wow.
No cover now.
Wow. Lee just took a whack.
Still have a SPY a little bit. I'm not gonna do anything else, guys. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm gonna hold this 10,000 shares of NEO. See what SPY is doing. See if the SPY holds stay close or not. I also have some Qs that are doing nothing, so I'm gonna hold that as well. But
I got short Lee. I'm just covering some here.
Yeah, and
Boeing selling off still. Covering more.
done. That was a good drop. So 1 minute opinion range breakdown. The stock was down already. Now it's bouncing back. It might get stop me out at the break even. So these squeezers are not great. So I'm just reducing my share size a little bit. Maybe it goes down now, but usually these NEOs, these are squeezes. So I'm down to 5,000 shares. This squeeze seems that it's not great. But it might still go down. Let me see what we have down there. We do have this moving average. Oh yeah, actually we have a level down here, somewhere-ish level. Yeah, there is that somewhere-ish level down there. So
just got long some PLTR at 18. See if it holds here.
So NEO is bouncing to claiming that my entry, so it's at my break-even point. I don't want to go red on it, so I'm still holding on it. I think it's going to bounce back. It's really squeezing, so.
Just sold some PLTR at 1810.
NCLS is getting destroyed too. PLTR.
Here we go.
Reversal.
Come on.
Okay, I'm done. All out the break-even point. I kind of knew, after this squeeze, I kind of knew that it's not going back down.
Sold some more 1820.
XPEV is at the level. I don't want to take a reversal on XPEV. NCLS got destroyed.
Yeah, Boeing's getting whacked.
Yeah. So guys, all the strategy, 1 minute opening range breakdown. The only issue with this strategy was a little bit extended from the VWAP. That usually in this case is a little bit tricky. But I saw the weakness, and the weakness was in this tick that was always constant down, heavy volume toward the downside. There was no upward pressure. And I really didn't put my stop loss here in this case on VWAP. I thought myself that if it comes back around back to high of this candlestick, I'm just gonna get out of it. So, and this is a new risk management, not the new, but you just have to adjust your risk management when the stock is just opening so weak. It's good to have around VWAP, but it's really better not to.
I'm out of PLTR, flat the rest.
TR is getting destroyed. PLTR could be a good short right now.
Yeah, I flipped my position actually.
Really, really good short.
Yeah, just covering some here, 1784.
Did you guys
Spies coming
continue
back
doing that in the chat room? I don't know if it's going in the chat room. If it's going, we can keep it. No, I'll do a recap.
Long BA. Jared got long BA at 218. Nice.
Very nice, guys. Everyone is trading BA. Jared took reversal on BA. Very nice, very solid. Guys in the
covering
YouTube,
more
you
here.
see that? You free riders in YouTube. You guys see that or no? Yeah.
Oh, big ask on PLTR at 78. Big bid, I should say. Sorry. Gone. Here we go. Covering more.
Yeah, guys. PLTR. It's just that sell-off was really nice. Really, really good entry around 18 for a short.
Yeah. As soon as it started to fail. Still got a quarter size left. It's probably going to bounce here.
I'm up 25,000. I don't want to do anything else beside these two positions that I have on Qs and SPY. So good stuff for me.
See if we can get to 1750 on PLTR. Okay. Support 1, pivot point 1734. Okay, I'm covering more here. 1757. I'm just down to about 10% now. 1 penny, eh? Yeah, when you said that, you scared me out of it. It did hit 54. It did touch it. Okay, Lee's popping back up here. Ooh, BA, another flush. That was a bear flag. That little pop from 218 looked like a bear flag, so I guess we're going to sell off some more here. Just added back on my position on PLTR 1780. Added back to the short. See if we got another flush here coming. Ooh, okay, here we go. Hello. Hello. Okay, here we go. Covered some. Yeah, sorry, I didn't. Okay, wasn't sure because the microphone thing didn't seem to be working. I looked over at it. All right, so I just covered that ad on the drop there on PLTR. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. Looks like Neo's squeezing. Lee's about to, maybe Lee's going to pop up some more here. Just keeping an eye on this PLTR, just to, if it starts to pop back up here again, that means it's going to hold here. Ooh, SPY is ripping higher now. Come on, PLTR, you got one more flush in you.
Neo is rejecting. Potentially another short on Neo. Taking another short on Neo. See if we can. It's rejecting that. Taking another short on Neo. So go back to 45. Big beads at 45, so I'm expecting a drop below 45. So we already rejected the VWAP. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if you can actually crack the 45.
Come on, PLTR, give up.
If you can break the 45, we're going to be in business. I'm going to be in business.
Business, monkey business.
Monkey business. All right, guys, I'm going to also do this quick live trade recap. We had a really heck of a trade on Neo at the open, and I'm going to see right now what it does. So Neo was gapping down, after the earning. It was a little bit weak. See what it does right now.
I'm out of PLTR.
Brian is out of PLTR.
Yeah, it's not going to break.
Really weak, and I took a 1 minute opening range breakdown on it. So 1 minute opening range breakdown, short at around 45.10, and then sold off all the way up to 44.30. Cover. Then it squeezed back. Last piece at the breaking line. And this is what we call trade management. When the stock is selling off, you take profit in your next R, and then you get out the last piece at the break-even point. So in this, and after it went up, it dropped, lost the VWAP really bad. You could see a 5 minute becoming an engulfing. So you see this is a huge drop. I back short in there at 45.25. I want to see if you can crack the 45 level. I saw some huge beats. It's already looking. It might go for the low of the day, it may not. And now I'm just getting ready to cover on that heavily. So there you go. So big beats. Here we go. Cover, some cover here. There you go. It might go for the low of the day, it may not. In this case, it might bounce back a little bit earlier, but I'm just covering now. There you go.
It's got a long ride.
There you go. So that's another one, cover. So here's my position. I have 12,000 shares left, guys. Already up $43,000 in this Neo, just covering more. That is called an engulfing pattern crack. This is the strategy, engulfing crack. You can also trade it again on like a 5-minute open range breakdown as well, depending on how you really want to trade that.
Selling ride. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Brian is so on. So this is a 5 minutes.
Broke out.
Also traded as a 5-minute open range breakout. I personally have a couple of signals at the same time. This is an engulfing and a 5-minute chart when we teach. Also, there's a huge drop. Short stop loss. I didn't put a stop loss above the VWAP. I kind of put a stop loss above this level, this moving average, and I said if it squeezes back up, it's probably going to chop around. So I'm going to get out. Same as this. My stop loss here was not VWAP. Although you really want to use VWAP as your stop loss, but you really don't want to give away too more room. So in this particular case, I said if this stock comes back up, near this high of candlestick, it's probably going to squeeze back up. So I'm going to get out. So it's a little bit of a art in finding exactly where you're really trying to find your. So now it just might be a good place to cover a little bit on this here. Because now this candlestick on the 5-minute chart is not great. This is squeeze even here. When you went up, you just squeeze back up. So it's really not good. You want just a small consolidation, not a big squeeze. And I kind of expecting that it might not go back to the low of the day and bounce back. We've seen this a lot. The stock that comes and before it gets to the low of the day, and then they test it, and they come back. So engulfing crack is a chart pattern that we talk about, the very bullish candlestick, huge, and then there is the stock opens higher, and then it drops and closes even below that one. This one we call it a bearish engulfing. This is actually a very, very bearish pattern, in a way that the stock has tried to go even higher. Not only couldn't, but the bulls really got collapsed and destroyed and even lost the battle. So that's these two candlestick. It's called engulfing, the bearish engulfing. It could be bullish, it could be bearish. This one is bearish, and it's a very powerful pattern because it's really, really, really shows a big pattern. And it's only valid for a very big candlesticks. It's not really valid for just these two small candlesticks. You can't say that. It has to be very big. That means there's a very, very serious and important battle in between them. So I'm just covering a little bit more on this 45 because I think it might bounce back.
Looking for 28 now. Looking for 28 now on ride. Got along a little Lee too, LI.
So yeah, I think I will.
28. Here we go. Yeah. Filled.
Yeah.
No ride.
Sorry, ride, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Yeah, it was in a 2710. Whew.
All right, Neo is gonna, let's see if he's gonna get go back to the low of the day. For this kind of move, what we are looking for, we're looking for some big beats here. Do we see a big beat? That's the most important thing. For the important levels, like next important level would be 45.50 or 45. If not, I mean, then there's a good chance. If you see a big beat, then there is a good confirmation. Again, that one doesn't necessarily mean that you can do that, but we'll see. There you go. I see 200 here. There you go. It's really fast, but if you see, you can see the huge beats here, like this one, 400, 500. This is 60,000 shares. There you go. It's gonna crack. There you go. So these are big buyers, but it's a very bearish sign. It's very counterintuitive, guys. I'm also recording it and posting it on YouTube. Let's see if crack it. Yeah, it's gonna crack it. There's no big ask, only big beat. That's a really good one. Again, that's a micro maker ID. I can actually add that. Hide column. No, you can actually have that. So this is market maker ID. Size is the bid is price, and size is the number of the lot. Size bouncing back. So let's see if you can get there. So 2 shorts on Neo. Daily chart also is good. The daily chart also says that it possibly can go and test this moving averages. So it's good to be short. You just have to, battle has to settle a little bit, buyers and sellers, and Everything right now at this stage is talking about a really bearish move. So trade management, a couple of lessons. Trade management, when the stock is coming back to your break-even point, you gotta stop that. You don't want to let the stock. So if this is your original stop, and then this is your profit, you do not want to let the stock goes back to your break-even point. This is what we call the break-even point. Because now the money, right now, this money is money on the table for me. It's okay if I lose it, but I don't want to lose from this realized money. That's why I never really let that pass my break-even point. It's very, very important in your survival. Another thing is that a stop loss. Should I go here, put the stop loss VWAP? Andrew said that in his book. No, this particular case, it's way extended above the VWAP. So if you want to use it, you got to use another stop loss. And it's a little bit art to find it. How? In this particular case, I said if you claim these two moving averages and come somewhere around here, it's probably going to go up like this. It came up here, just boom, squeeze back off. So, it's just kind of an estimate that you see. If it comes up to here, probably going to go and break the VWAP too. Or I could take much smaller share size and give it more room. But in this case, I didn't expect this one, to move double of this risk. The risk was way too much for me. So even a smaller share size wasn't really useful for me. So SPY is going down. I'm going to get out of my SPY position because SPY is getting really, really weak. Yeah, so I'm getting out of my SPY. It's just looks really weak. I don't want to be in there. Yeah, as soon as I got out.
Yeah, SPY's rolling over. PA is still
I
looking a little weak.
I think NIO's going to go break the close.
There goes Boeing.
Let's see if you can see a big beat. It's a good lesson. Yeah, SPY just keeps going down. Boeing is also setting off. I think how do you see the big beats? I mean, if there's a big number, it's a really good sign, like 500, 600 lots. But if the numbers are kind of equal to each other, 100, 100 is not something, when 50 something, then nothing. But if I can see 500, 600, that's a much, much better confirmation. QQQ is a swing position. I'm going to hold it for a longer term. PLTR is a squeezing. Brian, are you in there? Nice.
No, I didn't. I should have really. That was my regret of the day trade already. When I covered my short, I should have flipped it. And I didn't. So sad.
I want to see if NIO is going to break the 45.50 or not. It's 45.50. Looks like a level to me. Is this level? So why it's not in that chart there?
And Lee is breaking down now too.
There you go. There you go. So do you see big beads here? You see that big 107 here? So the beads are getting bigger and bigger. But there are buyers, but it's very, very counterintuitive. There you go. More. 43.67. Yeah, so it's going to get destroyed all the way up to this moving average. Moving average of 43.67. Anyone in there with these guys in the chat room?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
You guys is for me. It's just for me. It's don't look at it. This is a swing position. I'm going to hold. I might write some covered calls on it, but this is going to get destroyed at 43.67, which is the moving average. And I would expect actually this one goes even down. The next level on the chart, what I would see here is top of this doji. It's not a strong level, but probably somewhere around here at 43.31. I think it's going to go there. This is going to get destroyed. Another move down. These waves of NIO, I've been there. I know how they're just dumping.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hundreds of millions of dollars on it. I got a stock on there a couple of times, so I know. It's a really good place to add, but I just don't want to add in there. It's a really, really good place to add. It's my average, 43. Yeah, I think it's a really good place to add. There's no no short selling restriction. I should have added a little bit up here, but there you go. Nice.
Wow, Lee really flushed.
You think I can make it 50 grand? Let's make it 50 grand just for fun. Okay, there you go. There you go. So big B 281.
Oh, shorted PLTR. Just covering here.
Oh, you get that. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Very good
Neos.
stuff.
Yeah.
I told you this is gonna get destroyed all the way to 42. The way that they're setting off, it's like exactly that day that I had a bad day on it. It's when the sell-off starts, it's just gonna get destroyed, and there is no mercy. Now it's at this level. I don't see any sign of really weakness for it. Sorry, strength on it. It's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah. It will find a bottom. I'm sure they'll at some point people will step in and buy this, start buying this. Sellers will get exhausted, and shorts will get squeezed. The question is, where will that happen?
All right, let's see.
42.20.
I think we have another big wave coming.
42.50.
What are you trading? 50?
I'm just looking at Neo for levels right now. 42.50 maybe.
42.50 potentially, yeah. So right now it is sitting at this around this moving average level. So it looks like this bounce is there, but I don't know how actually it's going to hold this bounce. So this there's a couple of level down there, yeah. But I think if it cracks that, definitely 43 is waiting for it. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. So really good day. Sorry about the website issues, guys. We moved our hosting to another company. So new servers, new setup. So 2 trades on Neo, and we just got destroyed this Neo. That was really good. Jared is trading Boeing, or
it's Boeing is finally found a bit of a bottom there.
New servers are supposed to be the solution.
So we have a bounce here.
I understand that bias. I totally understand that, but you're getting a bias based on previous experiences. You're getting a bias, so more and more you get work on your trading. The more and more it's always stays with you. Even me, for example, it's not easy to short it. I understand because it was just ripping higher for the last couple of weeks. And it always stays with you, like like a goalkeeper that always has the stress that maybe ball hits his face in the soccer or something. But you get used to it more and more. But there's always with you.
Do you ever get used to getting hit in the face?
Yeah, I can see that, Ryan. Yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, there are a couple of levels here, and as you see, obviously, around this moving average, I knew there was a level. Great, thank you so much, guys. So that was a good live trade, and I think we all see some of the level 2 stuff in there. So that was also really good. These small bounces, I still don't trust them. If you really want to take a reversal on it, you got to wait for a 15-minute chart to show some indecision. So these are small ones. Be careful. If you take them, you got to get out of them fast. You know that these guys can really vanish. So definitely, if you want to look, definitely have a 15-minute chart, because now we're entering into a big sell-off. These are the stocks that what we call them really, if they're strong, super stock, or if they're weak, we can call them something. If you want to take a good reversal on them, you got to really, really wait for, for a 15-minute indecision. So 5 minutes
just
making you high too, so you can
I'm
actually
watching
have another chart too. So if you want to take a
watching Lee
reversal,
here.
yeah, Lee, for a reversal.
Yeah, it looks like it might be putting in a double bottom here.
Yeah. So in
Or
this
a higher
particular
low.
case, we're making a new 5-minute high, which turned out to be another
Yeah.
high. So if you look at all of them at the same time, you can get a better version. I'm not going to touch it. I burned a lot in the past trying to take a reversal too early. But in this particular case, it might go back up. Does it go back to revap?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm in at
For me, it's more
33.98.
Yeah. For me, it's more like if I can get a better indecision on a 15-minute chart, then I might take it long. But now I'm going to stay short. The only thing that I cannot do is just I'm not adding any short, add any short. I just hold it to my break-even point.
Yeah, I've sold half right now, 34.18.
Lee?
Yeah, just to...
Brian, our buddy Brian is trading Lee. Lee's also electric sector. Yeah, so it's same thing, kind of bounce back. So this is a bounce that, yeah, and then it goes back up.
It looked like it was holding that level just around 390. So I'll stop out back at break even on the rest. So it'll be a profitable trade regardless.
Perfect. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to post this on YouTube, guys. Again, if you're watching so far, I apologize for the website issue. Hopefully today is going to be fixed. Same thing that we say for the last 1 week. So see you tonight for mindfulness webinar. If the website is not working, just come directly to the chat room link that you guys have. So, and yeah, just feel free to bring friends and family too, guys, because it's free.